Innovation continues to shape economies across the world and in Nigeria. Young minds are at the center of this transformation. This took center stage at the Lagos Future Conference 2025, hosted by the DigiVation Network, which gathered stakeholders, tech leaders, and policymakers to examine Nigeria's digital readiness and strategies for inclusive development. The President of the DigiVation Network, Dr. Bayero Agabi, in his welcome remarks, called for responsible digital citizenship, urging young Nigerians to uphold national values and intellectual property in the digital space. The Director General of NITDA, Dr. Kashifu Inowa, represented by the Director of Stakeholder Management, Dr. Aristotle Onumu, in his keynote address, states that Nigeria's youth must be seen not just as tech users but as digital architects. Innovation, he says, is the new oil.
We want to make Nigeria an IT-enabled nation, fostering inclusive economic development through technological innovation. And that's our goal. And this vision is focused under 8 pillars. I may not have the time to take us through the 8 pillars. You can go to our website, the document is there. But I'm going to bring out some of the initiatives that are incorporated and encapsulated in this vision. We are very clear in our mandate, we are very focused in our delivery, and we are very strategic in our action. In this vision, we focus on fostering digital literacy and cultivating talent. In this aspect of our vision, we are focusing on ensuring that by the year 2027, 70% of Nigerians will be digitally literate. Now, in doing that also, we have multiplicities of buckets of programs. One of such programs is Digital Literacy for All initiative. In that program, our focus and our goal is to ensure that for those in the informal sector, we will train 30 million Nigerians by the year 2027. Now, how do we go about to do that? We are partnering with NYSC. NYSC, we know, have their reach across the Federation, across the 774 local government areas in the Federation. So what we have done now is to partner with NYSC to, in each of the streams, we train 80 champions. So in 4 streams, we train about 480 champions. In that 480 champions we train, we ensure that each and every one of them train at least 2 people in a day across the Federation. And that means in a year, we're going to have close about 10,333,000 people trained from the informal sector. Who are those in the informal sector? We are looking at those young boys who are outside, the bus conductors, the traders in the market, and those who are in the churches and the mosques, everywhere and anywhere. Think about this.
According to the president of the Nigeria Computer Society, Dr. Muhammad Sirajo Aliyu, represented by his deputy, Dr. Charles Onyoku, he stresses the need to address the Japa syndrome by creating more opportunities for young professionals within the country and urges the youth to engage the NCS for mentorship and innovation funding.
We are going to Abuja next week for our cybersecurity summit. What we do there is to build capacity. We also target youths. We have a hands-on segment of the event. After the opening ceremonies, we go into hands-on where we bring in experts in the different areas of this particular cyber security as a technology. And then we'll teach them what is trending and, of course, build them up with skills and knowledge to be able to impact the society economically and otherwise. So we do that with AI also, our AI Summit. And then eventually, at the end of the year, we look around and see organizations, individuals who have impacted lives through technology. We recognize them by giving them an award to make sure that they know that someone is watching and seeing what they are doing, and a little bit of encouragement will make them to do more to the benefit of not only themselves, but to the society and the economy of the nation as a whole. And then from that, globally, too, we have peered into the global area, and we have formed the diaspora chapters in some of the nations of the world, the US, precisely in UK, and in fact, far away China. We have chapters there now that we have worked hard to establish so that we will not be following behind whatever is trending there technologically, we tap into it hand immediately what I would call a real-time situation. As it is coming up, we are there because our members are already there in those environments. They can import such technologies back home on the fly, without wasting time or waiting for us to drag behind when the Europe and America are moving.
Key messages were delivered by speakers and representatives of both the public and private sectors respectively, focusing on areas such as digital identity, rural broadband access, data protection, youth financing, and inclusive innovation. They include Dr. Emmanuel Ekwem, the chairman of Telidom Group, Engineer Okosibide Mazimu, the Managing Director, ACO Worldwide Services, represented by the Acting Head of Sales and Development, David Ofolua, Engineer Abisoye Koka Odusote, the Director General of NIMC, represented by the State Coordinator for NIMC, Prince Ajibade Ayeni.
Today, I speak on harnessing the power of youth, innovation, and technology for the national economic growth, a theme that resonates deeply with our mission at the National Identity Management Commission. Identity is the key to opening doors, breaking barriers, and creating pathways to future growth and development, particularly in a cosmopolitan state like Lagos State. At the core of this mission is the National Identification Number (NIN), a tool that transforms the way Nigerians, especially the youth in Lagos State, access opportunities and resources for both personal and collective growth.
Is of global importance and relevance and patronage. The world will look for you. So if you're developing an app, if you are developing a piece of technology, if you are developing a piece of electromechanical equipment, or if you are developing a piece of instrumentation, or an instrument or an equipment, once you can fix a challenge or solve a problem or provide a solution to a problem by what you design and build, the world will look for you. So the thought words of exhortation to the young persons is what the World Bank says often. Think big, start small, and scale fast.
We're talking about the future conference. We're talking about the future. So there's need for us to x-ray the past, the present, and the future. In the past, we have notable women, notable people who have really achieved, not just in Lagos. Talk about the Jacondes, talk about the Awolowo and the rest of them. Talk about the present. What are we doing presently? We talk about our president and commander-in-chief who has laid a beautiful legacy for the state of Lagos.
Of the world or continent. And I believe that this particular summit definitely speaks to the power of the youth and how we can amplify their voices and ensure that we create that rallying point for the youths across any sphere, ensuring that they are not limited in the opportunities that they can access, but providing a pedestal for their voices to be heard, not just heard, but allowing them to be seen, to be trusted, and to be equipped. The youth is a powerful mass, and we believe in the power of young leaders. And to drive the economy of any nation, that particular country must believe in empowering its younger generation.
I know that sustainability is is a hot burner today. Many people don't understand the concepts, but that is the future, because if we are to sustain all the resources that we are using all around the world, be it humans, be it plants, be it our environment, we must understand what environmental, sustainability is, and we must be socially responsible to ensure that we uphold, the environment where we operate.
Dr. Vincent Olatunji, National Commissioner of NDPC, represented by the Assistant Manager in the Regulations Unit of the NDPC, Ibukuoluwa Owa. Professor Ibrahim Adeyonju, the Managing Director of Galaxy Backbone, represented by the Business Relationship Manager of Galaxy Backbone, Victor Imonioro. Sustainability, education reform, and inclusive innovation, while calling for intentional investment in youth's digital infrastructure and enabling policy frameworks, was the highlight of the panel session. moderated by the project manager of the DigiVation Network, Mojisola Alabi.
This panel is going to take a look at the challenge. How? Why? Where did it all go wrong? What can we start doing right from our various capacities and organization? And the bottom line is sustainability and how these innovations have social impact on the younger generations, most especially. I can see you are shaking your head already. You have so much to say. But my question to you is this. For us to be able to sustain innovation, basically, because we know innovation is the mother of future. If we don't evolve, there's nothing we can do in the future. But where did we get it wrong in the first place?
Thank you. We got it wrong when we became victims of what, or exponents, would I say, of what I want to quote a philosopher in Kalakuta Republic. And that is Fela Aníkúlá Kuti. He said we were suffering from colo mental. And what he meant by colo mental is that sugar made by a white man is more sugary than sugar made by a black person. So that's what he meant. And then in Nigeria of today is, oh yeah, this is imported. This is imported. This is imported. So the brainwashing to profile yours as inferior, as of lower quality, and should not be patronized.
I move to Dr. Nkechi Newton. Let's start from you, ma'am. On that end, technology, very, very important. But then again, it evolves quite rapidly. And one of the factors that Africa is facing is capacity. As an expert from your end, how do you think Africa can catch up on the capacity gap so that we can actually and truly cut out of the global cyberspace cake?
If you look at how it is going, you will see that right after, a few years after Medallion, Rack Center came on screen, and then there were a few other data centers hopping up here and there. And as we begin to expand, everyone is expanding. Why is this happening at this time? Nigeria has a population of about 200+ million. I leave it to Dr. Yusuf to tell us how many of those millions have data, access to data, and those who don't. But like you said, the world is really going digital. In fact, the world is already digitalized, and Africa is trying to catch up.
That's with you and I. Just as Dr. Ekweme said, it's not like people don't know these things. We attend conferences, we attend events, even you are part of such conversations online. And I think there has to come a time where everyone takes the onus on themselves. And it's what we call self-responsibility. Everyone takes on that onus to know that you can only preach Nigerian. No one else can do that for you. Just as we will say, sometimes, most times we blame it all on government and not realizing that we are also the government.
Additionally, a major highlight of the event was the launch of Nigeria Digital Heroes, a book by Dr. Bayero Agabi, honoring the pioneers of the nation's digital transformation. It serves not only as documentation of history, but as inspiration for emerging innovators and tech leaders. Dr. Agabi described the book as a cultural archive and a motivation for young Nigerians to dream and build boldly.
A book that we are going to unveil, that book is a chronicle, we will call it the Nigeria Digital Heroes. It is a chronicle of ideas, issues, developments, and people that have shaped the industry from 1999 till date. I'm sure he's going to excite, quite a lot of us. So I thank you very much for coming. God bless you all.
Dr. Agabi described the book as a cultural archive and motivation for young Nigerians to dream and build boldly. The Lagos Future Conference 2025 calls for collaborative action to position Nigeria as a leader in the global digital space and highlights the urgent need for investment in youth, digital infrastructure, and inclusive innovation policies.
For more on well-researched and balanced stories, events, and interviews across business, tech innovation, and lifestyle, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, www.youtube.com/DigiVation Network.